All right, sorry. Um, okay, so the point here is sometimes, well, let's dial this back. This is about Sexy Red. And this is actually about that one woman who basically says this. And now I've seen so many people replay this clip, but I just also want to insert it because I think it's worth other people kind of. I like that Madison Brown clipped it. Is it? I'm trying to find exactly where this little clip is. Oh, okay, it's this woman. Okay, so I listened to that grown ass black woman. She sounds like a very particular type of like Christian black woman. I know that y'all have met some black women like her in your life because she is not saying something that if you are black, you definitely know black people like her. If you are not black, I don't know how you probably also know some people like her, but maybe you don't understand that that's how those people feel. Church going black Southern people, which I'm guessing that grown ass black woman is, are nothing like Stinkiana or Sukiana or whatever, or Sexy Red. Like, they're so prudent and so biblical, and it's just very like they call it the Bible Belt in the South for a whole ass reason. Like, it's very like orthodox, okay, and even like I'm not gonna say all, but like I feel like more people are getting more familiar with like even what Ethiopian religions are like or certain African religions. Like people are super religious, okay? They're like black people are not a monolith and there's just a ridiculous amount or even like Muslims, right? Who are super religious. They don't even show like their necks. It's like, come on. There's if you seriously are like watching Sexy Red or Sukiana and you are thinking that those women are representative of most all black women, you know, it's kind of like yeah, you are a racist. You're a racist, and that's really sad. But also, like for me, um, I'm not like I don't know any Sexy Red songs because like I just don't feel that way, and like I don't know, as intimate as I could be with someone personally, like the intimacy stops when it becomes like your booty hole is brown and your pussy is pink. It's like Jesus. Like I get it. Like growing up when I heard that Trina song and like the other one with my neck, my back. It was interesting because it was like, oh wow, okay, so this is one way that like grown ass black women feel. I didn't really have that many other representations of like what it's like because they weren't like that old. I feel like those women looked like they were like 30 or something. They were singing the song, and I was like way young, and I'm like, oh, okay, and like there wasn't anyone else. We don't have, and even so if you go watch Madison's video, she puts a little clip in there of like Janet Jackson who's like completely like twerking on dudes on the stage too. Even a lot of Janet Jackson's earlier music was hypersexual, but then like I started thinking about the other black artists. If we're being serious, like Rihanna's super hypersexual, Beyonce's super hypersexual, like the only difference really between like Rihanna, Sexy Red, Megan the Stallion, Cardi B, Doja Cat, like all of these artists are basically trotting the same line of like marketing pussy, like in all different forms and flavors and colors. Sweetie, pick any black artist right now. They're all doing the exact same fucking thing. Like it, the only one who's not maybe is like her. Her might be the only. Oh, Jasmine Sullivan. Um, I feel like Justine Skye is doing it more in a way where it's like subtle, but women marketing sexuality or sensuality for mainstream purposes in song is not like a new concept. And I would kind of push back a little bit and urge people to look at go listen to like Urban Flora by Alina Baraz, or what is that, the Dr. Pepper Pepsi Cola song by Lana Del Rey. Like there's other ways that, like, you know, women are using other words to describe experiences. There's the bird and the bee. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm not saying it's all like the same level. Now everyone being like, oh, we fucked on this day in the park or something, or beauty holes are red. Shit, like some of it is just kind of so ridiculous. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know who's listening to this and being like, yeah, like I can't, like, it's, I feel like the only purpose of that type of content, like, is to make funny, to make it a meme, really. Like, I'm not seeing another space in real society. Like, come on, bro. Like, you are not working with somebody who's like, my booty hole red, my pussy is pink. Like, come on. Like, nobody is saying that. Like, legit, nobody's saying that. Except Sexy Red, clearly. Like, I don't know. This is what I mean. I feel like it's really important for everyone to integrate into society. Okay? It's just me. Like, just meet some real people. Meet some real people. Geez. Also, I thought it was interesting for Madison Brown to say, like, talk about reasons why we don't have artists like Olivia Rodrigo or Taylor Swift in the black community, when I feel like she's, like, occupying the space very well. She is, Hobbin is. I feel like we actually do. And I don't know, like, I'm not going to downplay the artists that we really have who are telling real stories. But if you are a consumer, okay, who's like trying to follow trends, if everyone keeps following whatever trend, like, that's who the popular person's going to be. What about, what is that artist? She's super popular. The one who made the song with Ice Spice, The Boy's a Liar. What about her? She's kind of like Olivia Rodrigo-ish, and she's black, right? What is it? What about Tyla? Okay, or or Area Star? Like we do have black artists. So if you personally aren't paying attention to those artists and you're not, like, watching, I think it's kind of lame for you to sit here and be like, oh yeah, like, there's none, the pop going with what everyone else is talking about. Like, I don't know, as much as everyone's talking about Sexy Red, I still haven't seen the video, and I probably won't watch it. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not interested in watching some girl with tattoos, like, flaunt around and be like, oh, behave, my asshole. Like, I'm so not interested in seeing her asshole. Like, I don't, like, personally, I'm just not. But if you are, and clearly there are people in society who are, of all races and colors and creeds, because they keep watching the fucking video. That's on them. There are other people like that black woman who came on and was like, I don't want to watch this. This is not for me. We need both sides. Like, both of these things have to exist at the same fucking time. That's literally how society is. That's how the world is. And I think that's why everyone keeps calling people a monolith, because y'all try to, like, shut down women like that, grown-ass women who has a right to have an opinion as to, like, I don't want to support her. I don't want to support Sexy Red either. So, like, I don't know. And, like, that's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with, like, conservatism or, like, liberalism. Like, listening to, just hearing, like, a summary of, like, what the song is about is, like, this is so uninteresting to me. At the same time, like, I wouldn't even say it's because the song is explicitly about sexuality. I think that just the way that she's doing it is unappealing for me. And I will say a lot of it might have to do with, like, how do you say it, the colorization of femininity and sexuality and sensuality, because like on the same token, right, Sabrina Claudio has made so many albums that are all about like sexuality, sensuality. Even, and she just posted something today where she's like virtually naked and singing a song that's all about like her feelings that are about sex and like sensuality and relationships. So there's the way that like, Sexy Red does it, and there's the way that Sabrina Claudio does it. Okay, there's a way that Lana Del Rey does it. There's a way that Beyonce does it. There's a way that like all these people have like different ways. All of these women have different ways of showcasing their sensuality, and you as the consumer get to decide what you think is most appealing. Like for me personally, I like subtle messages of like sensuality and like sexuality that aren't as explicit, but that's just me personally. You don't have to feel that way. Like I like beauty. I think that I'm not going to go on here and be like, oh, I think Sexy Red is ugly, but I will say I don't like her aesthetic. And I will say that like I think that she could do better to put, to just put herself together differently. I'd say that. I don't know. I think I just feel like, I honestly feel like right now we have enough representation where Sexy Red gets to exist at the same time that Tyla gets to exist, as Beyonce, as Arya Starr, okay, as Letitia Wright, as me, as Madison Brown, okay, as Beyonce and Rihanna and Candace Owens. Like we get to have all of these representations of different types of black women who all feel different ways about all of it, and everyone gets to exist. So like clearly, Sexy Red has a fucking audience. To have like Drake be like a primary supporter of her work, like good for her. Like, are you joking? Like that's a pretty big like stamp of approval to get. He's like kind of the biggest rapper right now. So I don't know. I will say though that I do think that there's it's just like a strange ploy for, I kind of agree with that black woman. Like why is all the main, I don't know. Because like if all the black people honestly, is this dying? I can't really see it. If all the black people kind of got together and were basically like, yeah, we don't believe in people like Sexy Red, then she wouldn't have an audience. But she does. And so that clearly means there are people who are listening to her and people who like her. So, whatever. I don't know what's happening.